This is Chudi Kalu. This is the Rental Income Show where we talk about real estate opportunity and how you can maximize real estate. How you can make progress doing real estate and become successful in doing real estate. Today I'm going to be talking about something very, very crucial to us. I'm going to be addressing property agent. Who is a property agent and why do you want to make money as a property agent? I'm going to be discussing the fastest way, one of the fastest way to become a real estate agent, fastest way to make money as a real estate agent. How do I make money as a real estate agent? How do I make progress as a real estate agent? I'm just getting started. How do I start? What are the strategies that I need to start with? What are the ideas that I must get started with? What are the things that I need to know before I start making money as a real estate agent? I got somebody sent me some mails yesterday, sent me a chat yesterday, and the person was asking me, where do I start from? Today I'm going to be saying, because I always say wherever you start from is your platform, but I need to be able to break it down as to what your platform really is. So I'm going to be talking about how you can get started as a real estate agent, how you can make progress as a real estate agent, and how you can multiply your income as a real estate agent. So what is the basic idea that I'm going to be learning today? The fastest way to make money as a real estate agent. What is number one? Are you ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, say hi. Are you saying hi? For those of you watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, and watching on Instagram, I'd like to appreciate you. Let us the YouTube page, the YouTube channel is Coach Chudi. I'd like you to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that whenever we upload videos, you'll be able to have access to you'll be able to have first-hand information as to the video content that we push out per time. Now, how do I make money as a real estate agent? Number one is this: you have to first of all approach a developer or someone who wants to sell his or her property, or someone that you have an idea is probably about to sell his property. What do I mean? You need to be able to approach people. You need to be able to approach, because the more people you can approach, the more progress you can make. So you need to be able to approach people. What do I mean? You need to be able to approach people who are developers. Who is a developer? A developer is somebody who probably is building a unit, or is building an apartment, or is building a house, or is developing something. Is bringing something to life. Is bringing a property, giving life to a particular property. And once that developer is giving life to a particular property, what you need to do is that developer may have a particular challenge, the challenge of selling the property. Why would that developer have that challenge? The developer will have that challenge majorly because he or she wants to be able to deliver the property without actually thinking about selling. So some of the time, these developers have challenge in selling because they want to be able to deliver their unit, they want to be able to deliver apartments, and that's where the challenge of selling comes to play. So the idea for every one of us is simply this: you need to be able to understand the perspective where a developer comes to play and trying to play your own part. Not everybody will be a developer. Not everybody will own not everybody will act as a property agent, but you must be able to set yourself apart and approach that developer right now. Now, what does that mean? There are property developers like, let me say, UPDC. Oh, there's property developer like, let's say, Middle Chase. There's property developer like, let's say, there's Revolution Plus. There are property developers like, EUC. There are property developers like Landway. You can approach any of these people and tell them that I want to sell for you. They will never reject you. I will not reject you. They will not reject you. People who are into development will not reject you. First of all, why? Because you have done the first part. The first part is to do what? Is to approach a property developer. The first thing, approach a property developer and tell them you want to sell. Nobody rejects a salesperson. Nobody rejects a property agent. Everybody welcomes a property agent with their arms wide open. And they're going to give you a hug. Why? Because you're coming to take off a burden from them. So first of all, you must recognize yourself. You must recognize the position that you carry and begin to approach property developers. Begin to approach people who sell property, or probably people who are seeking to rent out the property. So that's number one. Number two is that you should be able now begin to think in terms of partnering with other real estate agents. Now, when you've gotten a deal, the second thing you must do is to think in terms of what I need to be able to join other people. I need to be able to forge alliances. I need to be able to build a network. Because listen to me, real estate is not about yourself. It's not about an individual. Real estate is majorly about building relationship and building network. Now, there's part of the scripture that says one will chase 1,000 and two will chase 10,000. Now, that also applies in real estate. It actually applies in real estate. Now, what you must understand is this, is that you need to be able to forge alliances. You need to be able to come with other real estate agents. Let me tell you this. A lot of the time we think that, when people, maybe when you have just one person talking about one particular product, that the person has no competition. But you need to be able to build a buzz. You need to be able to get a buzz. Let me tell you how sometimes some things work. When 20 of us are talking about a particular thing, we are talking about a particular thing. When 20 of us are talking about that thing begins to go viral. That thing begins to be everywhere. Everybody begins to hear about that thing. Guess what? Sometimes some of these seeds that people will be sowing, in terms some of these other real estate agents will be sowing, naturally some people will just be seeking for, let's say maybe you are selling a Fairfield apartment, for example, and everybody 20 of you are talking about Fairfield apartment, and guess what? And another individual and somebody from nowhere, from the US, he has been hearing about Fairfield apartment from 20 different agents, and that person just do a search and do maybe a hashtag of Fairfield apartment. Guess what the person is going to find out? The person probably find out you and probably maybe contact you. Whereas other people have also been talking about that Fairfield apartment. All of a sudden, you don't even know, you never had a connection with that client. But because of the fact that other people have talked about it, now you begin to be able to reap from their reward. Now, because a lot of buzz has gone into the air with that. That is one thing that you must understand. So it is not just about you doing it. It is about you creating a buzz for that thing. And how do you create a buzz? Is by you forging an alliance. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of real estate groups in Nigeria today, which probably was not there maybe from few years ago. But there are now a lot of groups today. Now we have groups like Rents, you have real estate millionaires, you have many groups. You have people building serious networks and all of that. Now that is one of the things that you must consider. You have people, Nigeria Realtors. You have a lot of people. Realtors groups are coming together to be able to forge that alliance, and you have to belong to one. I'm telling you, it's not by force that you should join one, but it is to your own benefit when you join one. So when you belong to a group, it is to your own advantage, because you can come together, you can network, you can forge ideas, you can forge strategy. Somebody can be doing a video for you, somebody can help you to be marketing, and that person is helping you to be doing this one. So you can do a lot of things when you guys come together. It doesn't necessarily mean that that you guys are competitive. You may be competitive, but guess what? Competition is good for you, because when somebody is talking about it, it's also to your own advantage. Because anything that does not have competition, that thing will naturally die. I'm telling you, anything that does not have competition, that thing will naturally die. So for your business not naturally die, you need to be able to let people begin to talk about that stuff that you have. So that's number 2 thing. So you need to be able, that's the fastest way for you to make money, because when you build alliances, a lot of buzz comes to it and people begin to give you attention. And that attention means that somebody begins to say, okay, you know what, I'm interested in that property, can you take me to site? And that's one of the advantages that you have. Number 3 is that you must begin to see every contact you have as your contract. Every contact you have, you must see them as what? As a contract. Now, don't just have contact for contact's sake. You must have a contact for what? For contract's sake. Now, everybody on your list is a potential client, or is somebody who will give you a potential client. And that's why you must not see people on your list as just numbers. The phone numbers that you have on your list, they are not just phone numbers, they are contracts. And that is where a lot of the time, most of us, we make mistake. We make mistake thinking that, these are just people, they cannot help us. Let me tell you this, I found out that the best set of people, the best set of people that have been able to help me are people who can recommend me to somebody. I don't necessarily, they may not have all the money, but they know somebody who has some money. Sometimes they cannot afford to go to and beg that person, but because of the fact that I'm bringing value to them, they're able to take value to that individual, and guess what? We both share some percentage as a result of their recommendation. And that is one of the things you must see. Don't see people as just numbers. See them as people. see them as potential clients who are not just numbers, who are contract. They're going to give you opportunity. And so you need to be able to think in terms of maximizing opportunity. You need to think in terms of building alliances with people. So people are not just contacts. They are also what? They are also contracts. Number four is that you must understand what we call video marketing. Number four, video marketing. Understand video marketing. Now, this one of the fastest way of making money because is understanding what will appeal to people, what will persuade people faster. And because what can persuade people faster determines the level of your chances of you making money quickly. What do I mean? I know that some people have been watching Big Brother Nigeria. Some of us have been watching Big Brother Nigeria. And one thing that you begin to realize is that you find out that 3 weeks people are probably in a house. They are seeing themselves in a house. They bring them together in a particular environment. And all of a sudden, some people begin to forge the ideas of that this person is going to be my life partner, or this person, I'm in love with this person. Just somebody that you have just met in just less than 3 weeks. Now, what is that? What is that force that is driving them? It is the force of visual. Because if I begin to see somebody over and over again, I begin to have I begin to have an affinity with that individual, or begin to see something again and again, because there is power in the eyes. Because the eyes is also affect our emotion. The eyes affect our emotion. The way we operate, the way our thinking also is affected by by sight. We see something over and over again. That thing begins to affect our mind, and it begins to affect how we relate. It also begins to affect how we feel. Now, when people, that's where video marketing comes to play. So don't joke with video marketing. For example, you have a piece of property that you are going to negotiate with somebody. Take a video of that property. Do a visual. It could be with your phone. Let your phone become an asset. Don't just type words. Take pictures. Fine, but do videos. There's power in video. Like, for example, you go to a site and you have some people on your contact list. What you just need to do is to do a video. I am here right now. Look at this property. This property is a lovely property, and you're doing video and you're communicating. Your words is not what people are actually buying. It is what people are buying, the things they are also seeing, because there's something about visual. If I take my eyeball this way, the tendency, maybe we are in a discussion, there's a tendency that if I take my eyeballs and I focus on something else, there's a tendency that you who is sitting before me, or who I'm having a discussion with previously, we want to look in that direction that I'm looking at. Why? Because there is power in eyeballs. There is power in eyeballs, and that is one of the things that you must take cognizance of. You must begin to think in terms of eyeballs. How many eyes do I want to see this property? Because the more eyes that can see the property, the more you can make progress. So you need to be able to think in terms of eyeballs. How many eyeballs do I want to see? How many eyeballs do I want to see this particular property? And that is what will determine how much wealth I'm able to generate over time. Number 5 is that you must meet 5 prospects daily. Out of the people who see your videos, you must be able to harvest them in such a way that I want to be able to have physical contact with about 5 of them per day. I want to be able to create an appointment with 5 of them every day. Whether I'm going to take them to site, whether I'm going to meet them in their office, or probably I'm going to meet them at their own place of convenience or at my own place of convenience. However I'm going to do it, my target every day should be about 5 persons per day. And that should be your target as a real estate agent. Now, reason is this. I've been able to prove that in my own personal work, that if I meet 5 persons per day, I'm going to make at least 1 sale per day. So for me to be able to make 1 sale, how many people do I need to do? I need to be able to meet 5 persons. I need to be able to create 5 appointments per day. I can create an appointment with someone for 9 a.m. I could also create an appointment with another person for 10, 11 a.m. I could also create another opportunity to meet people for 1 p.m. I also do that again with another set of persons for 4 p.m. I could also have that meeting again with another person for 7 p.m. Now, the more people I meet, the more my capacity for me to be able to earn from real estate. And that's one of the ways you need to be able to. So money will not just fall on your laps. Money comes because you are meeting the numbers. And that's why you need to always do the math. How many persons have I met today? How many appointments have I kept to today? So because sales in real estate will not just fall on your lap. Sales in real estate will come because you are meeting that number. So you need to be able to outwork the numbers, or you need to be able to outdo the numbers for you to be able to make more sales. So one of the fastest ways, you need to be able to meet 5 persons a day. Number 6 is this, and some people feel this when it comes to doing real estate, or maybe doing real estate business. Never ever disagree with a client, with a prospect. Never ever come to the point whereby you disagree with a prospect. Never ever get to that level where you are going to propel an argument with you and an agent, with you and a client. Never arrive at that point. Now let me tell you this. Yes, people say yes, customers you may think that customers may be wrong. It is true that customers may be wrong, but really customers are not usually wrong. It is their perspective that is wrong. It is where they are standing on that is wrong. The idea may not be wrong. The idea may not be wrong. What they are trying to say may not be wrong. But where they are standing from, it may be standing on the wrong platform. And because when I stand on the wrong platform, what I see is different from whatever you see. So it is not them that are saying wrongly. It is where they are standing that is making them to see wrongly. So what you need to do is to take them away from that platform and bring them to the platform where they can see properly. But it is not to tell them that wherever you are standing, what you are doing is wrong as an individual. And that is where a lot of people time will get it wrong. Never ever disagree. Never ever say no to a client. Never ever say no. Oh, you want a 2-bedroom flat? You want a 2-bedroom flat with 7 kitchen? Oh, yes, you can get 7 kitchen. You want a 2-bedroom flat? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. However, what you cannot do, I want to make your statement. However, the cost of this is this. The cost of this is this. If the person is thinking of his budget, the person begins to lower his point. Not for the person to say, no, you cannot get it here. No, you cannot get it. When you begin to say no, you cannot get it, what is the person begins to say is that this person does not care about what exactly I want. So never come to the point whereby you disagree with a prospect or with a client. Never ever get to that level. There are some people who are okay, your perspective is wrong, it's right. There are some people that you will meet, they are very, very critical. Very critical, they are very critical. They criticize everything. They can make you run mad as a real estate agent. However, your duty and your position should never be to criticize them or to bring them down. Your duty should be what? Should be able to make them understand your position. You are very correct, sir. However, you are very correct, sir. However, I understand your point, sir. However, I understand your position, sir. However, I understand your position, man. Yes, you are very true. Somebody says, "Oh, this I've never heard about you I've never heard about you before. So how will I trust you?" Yes, you are very correct, man. It is very difficult to be able to trust people in this time and age. However, so whenever you were saying that and you begin to say, however, what it does is that it begins to shift their perspective. It takes them from this level to this level. It brings them out and says, okay, you know what? Yes, we have a position, but this I'm not going to sit there, but I'm going to come from this point to this point. So once I begin to have that perspective, and because you must understand that you are taking your client on a journey. What is the journey? This point to this point, this point to this point. So the client is not just a figure, but the person is on an adventure, and you are the one leading the person on an adventure. Never get to the point whereby the person begins to regret coming to site with you or even having an appointment with you. Number 7, I love this part. This part is the part that I fit in very well for a lot of people who are realtors, who are real estate agents, who are in property business. Number 7 is that you must get yourself a real estate mentor. Get yourself a real estate coach. Get yourself a mentor. If you want to make money, look at the person who you are before, who you are looking at. There must be somebody that you are aiming for. There must be something that you are converting from somebody, that you want somebody, that there is something that you are seeing in an individual that you want to have, and begin to look for that individual. Look for the person with that experience. Look for the person who is making money today. Look for the person who is already doing very well in this aspect, and begin to model your stuff around that person. Now let me tell you this, there is something about the power of a coach or the power of a mentor or somebody that you are modeling yourself towards. The person, because the more you begin to see that person, the more you begin to build your results. that you will not settle for average anymore, because while you are beginning to have somebody in mind that you are aiming for. There are some people I have in my life that I have this. I have people like this that these are people that I'm aspiring to be like somebody who has, this man Donald Braille has about 60,500 apartments. Why? I'm looking at this person and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm aiming for. This is what I'm going for. Now, for a lot of us, that is what we should be aspiring for. That is what you need to be able to aspire, that should be able to motivate you on a daily basis. Who has done maybe about 100 units in the last 2 months, 100 units of a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom that you want to aspire to be like, and you begin to pattern your marketing or your agency like towards. So you need to be able to come to that conclusion that you need a mentor. You need somebody that will coach you. You need somebody to be able to mentor you. And guess what? Some mentoring classes nowadays are very, very free. Because if you approach a lot of people today, they're going to give you ideas, because people want to help people. Don't see them as your competition. Just be humble enough to say, okay, I want to learn from you. I want you to guide me. I want you to teach me. I want you to mentor me. I want you to help me to position my business in such a way that I can be making so much sale. Now, people will be willing to teach you when you are humble enough. Sometimes it may require you to do the unthinkable for you, but what you are aiming for is to get your own aspect right. Let me tell you this: you cannot succeed without you learning from somebody. You must be able to understand people, because people are willing to guide you. But first of all, they need you to be humble. And humility can come in different form. I can test your humility based on your disposition towards me, and I begin to teach you based on that disposition. I begin to teach you based on your attitude, or based on the things or the things or words that you say. So you must begin to think in terms of doing what? Of having a mentor around. A mentor is going to help you. A mentor is going to guide you. A mentor is going to help you maximize the success that you need. If you're getting it wrong, the mentor can call you to order. And those are the 7 fastest ways for you to make money in real estate, as a real estate agent. I've not talking about money, cash flow, and all of those things. The reason I've not talked about those things are that there are 7 basic things that will help you to maximize success as a real estate agent. You must understand all of this. If you practice these 7 things that we just discussed today, you'll find out that money making will be very much easier for you. Thank you very much for being with us on this platform. I hope I've been able to speak to the heart of every real estate agent. And so those of you who have been asking questions as to how do I get started and all of that, I think this will be a foundational class for you to be able to learn from and to guide you along the way. Thank you very much. God bless you. Stay rich and free.